I always laugh when I see a car that puts the word sport in its name when it's so obviously not sporty. The classic example for me is the Dodge Caravan Sport, a minivan that I can guarantee you're not going to see club racers flinging around an autocross course on the weekends. But if there's one thing I know about Land Rover, it's that when they say something, they mean it. I could feel the sport in the Range Rover Sport that I spent a week driving. It makes the transition between serious off-road driving and fun on-road driving as well as any SUV I've ever driven. A big reason for that is the air suspension. It's got a huge 7-inch range where it can lower the vehicle almost to the ground to make it easier to load, and then raise it way up if you need to go off-roading so you've got more ground clearance. But where it really shines is on the road. Even on the base model I tested with a V6 engine, the handling is just superb for a vehicle this size. Think of it this way. The Jeep Wrangler, it's one of the best off-road vehicles in the world. It does that one thing and it does it extremely well. But then if you take a Wrangler and you try to fling it around corners on the road, it just feels like it's going to flip over. It's kind of scary, it's kind of noisy, it's just not built for that. But with the Range Rover Sport, it feels perfectly at home in both places. You can drive it through the trails and it feels comfortable and capable there, and then you take it for a drive on twisty country roads and it's still very competent and composed, and I'd even say a little bit fun to drive. Of course, all that capability, that wide range of capability, doesn't really come cheap. It starts around $65,000 and my test car rang up around $80,000. If you've got the money, you can get it with an amazing 510 horsepower V8 or even the wild and crazy SVR with 550 horsepower for around $110,000. Is that insane? Of course it's insane, an off-road racing SUV. Nobody needs it, but it's such fun to think about, and I'm so glad Land Rover still makes SUVs that are so wonderfully over the top.